A future in rugby may beckon for Tranmere's Marlon Brooms, who took down Chris O'Grady with ease at Scotland. Referee Carl Boyson didn't appreciate the tackle, the defender sent off, allowing Gary Jones to net the club's 5,000th league goal. He was less happy to see Enoch Shawunmi's cross evade his outstretched toe as Josh Labadie put the 10 men level. But almost immediately Rochdale were back on the attack. Scott Wiseman improvised brilliantly as he raced into the area, and Jones was waiting to apply the finishing touch. That's a dozen goals for the season in all competitions. Tranmere refused to go quietly. When Labadie was bowled over by Jason Kennedy with 9 minutes left, they seemed to be on course for a point. Ian Thomas Moore did the honours. But there was still time for Rochdale to give themselves some breathing space just above the drop zone. Bobby Grant finally killed off depleted Tranmere's spirited challenge.
Three goals and 3 missed penalties in this one as Tranmere triumphed to give themselves some breathing space down at the bottom. Carlisle on the road for the first time in 6 weeks should have been ahead when Tim Catalina's handball gave Peter Murphy the chance to open the scoring, but he failed miserably. Rovers on the back of 3 straight defeats, their worst run of the season, headed for the break in front as Ian Goodison smashed in his first of the campaign in emphatic fashion. And just before the hour, the home side should have stretched their lead as Josh Labadie was sent tumbling by Matty Robson. Ian Thomas Moore, who scored from the spot last time out, couldn't do it this time. Amazingly, just 7 minutes later, and another Tranmere penalty. Latif Elford Aliou was brought down by Lubomir Michalik. This time, Aaron Creswell was given the responsibility from 12 yards, but the post came to Adam Collins' rescue to keep Carlisle in with a chance. And after fighting back to claim a point against Huddersfield on Saturday, James Berrett looked to have rescued another one 12 minutes from the end. But this was to be Tranmere's day. Enoch Shawunmi put the ball in the path of Thomas Moore. Redemption after his earlier penalty miss to claim a first win in 4 for Les Parry's men.
Bottom club Walsall salvaged a point at Tranmere but continued to leak goals. Matt Richards gave them the lead in Dean Smith's first game in charge as caretaker manager. But they went in at the break behind when the same player, Richards, headed into his own goal. Then deep into first half injury time, Aaron Creswell fired in that free kick. Into the second half, and Rovers looked to have won it when Latif Elford Aliou made it 3-1. But with just 6 minutes remaining, John Macken's deflected effort gave Walsall hope. And then Macken turned provider for Andy Butler to head home in the 4th minute of added time.
We don't know what the MK Dons manager Carl Robinson said to his side at half-time, but it certainly had the desired effect. They needed just 15 seconds and 4 passes to break the deadlock. Tranmere couldn't contain Jabu Abire. He broke free and then showed good vision to pick out Daniel Powell, who converted confidently. 20 minutes from time, Abire again proved too powerful for the Rovers' defence. The Islington-born striker scored his second in as many games to seal victory, and a return to the playoff places for the informed Dons, who've now lost just 1 of their last 5 games.
Southampton never seem happy at Tranmere, their last win on the Wirral coming 52 years ago. And their Prenton Park hoodoo struck again when Jose Fonte and keeper Kelvin Davis turned to stone, allowing John Welsh to give the home side a 13th minute lead. Scorers of 6 last time out on the road, Saints offered little in reply, although Brazilian striker Gulli de Prado almost celebrated making his loan deal permanent early this week. Rovers keeper Tony Warner had other ideas. On the hour, Tranmere made it safe. Teenager Dale Jennings continues to draw rave reviews and seems destined for bigger and better things. This truly stunning effort will only add to the interest around him. Jennings can keep Rovers in League One, but how much longer can they hold on to him?
The ex-physios between Tranmere and Southampton. Dale Jennings is a wonder kid, and we've spoken about him a few times now on the programme. What a strike this is. But Tranmere seem to pick up their game at home, particularly against the top sides in the division.
Absolutely. I mean, they've got a great record against the top sides. Great awareness from Dale Jennings there. Just caressed it
It is Michael Owen-esque the way he's tapped that away.
Absolutely. I mean, because he's little as well. People think he's just like my dad. He's quick and he's sharp and he's bright, but he's got a great little football brain, and you know, he's developing along the right lines. Just wonder if Southampton's game against Man United is a little bit on their minds at the moment.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Tranmere boss Les Parry entrusted the job to Adam McGurk and Josh Labadie. I bet he wish he hadn't.
To be fair, you're my mate and that, but I'm going to come for you solely because the other day when you come in a blue leather jacket that you claimed to be quite expensive and that, and didn't have a name or nothing. I think it's called Substance, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it probably wasn't the best. I'd probably say Ian Moore. He tries to be trendy, and
he sits on the fence a little bit. He's one of them. I like that. That's a tune, that. Yeah, but
he doesn't really know what he's talking about. He's a bit of an 80s baby, but I'll probably say Moore.
There's a few boys that are absolutely punching above their weight, but I'm not gonna name no names. Joe Collister's done very well for himself. Brooms, isn't it? Loves a moan-up.
Definitely Brooms. Ever since I've came, it's constantly, there's nothing positive that comes out of his mouth.
Joe, maybe. Joe's always walking about, half soaked, and
half the time
he's always late and always tired, and just looks like he's down a beat, doesn't he?
When he gets a goal, 0-0 at the county ground, no goals. Swindon drew with Tranmere. Charlie Austin had the best chance of the game, but his penalty saved by Tranmere keeper Tony Warner. Charlie Austin attracting lots of attention from top clubs.
The sodden pitch at Prenton Park didn't stop Alan Gow from blasting in a beauty. His first goal for Notts County, who hoped they were on course for their first league win in 5. Against the odds, when Christian Pearce sent Tranmere's Josh Labadie flying, County's optimism only grew as they watched Andy Robinson sky the spot kick. But there was one huge twist still to come. The pitch got wetter and wetter, the match more and more farcical, and on 53 minutes ref Peter Quinn decided enough was enough. Robinson's blushes spared and Gow's superb strike counted for nothing. Match abandoned.
Which, looking at the pitch in that state, was about the right result.
Absolutely.
It was unplayable.
Totally unplayable. When the ball doesn't run freely, then you can't play football.
But you've got to feel for Alan Gow. I mean, we mentioned it there as well. This goal will never be recorded anywhere because obviously now it's been abandoned. It's not going to go down in any of the history books. But what a strike from him.
Well, he can tell his grandchildren about it, but he'll have no record of it to prove it, in all honesty. But it was an excellent strike and unfortunate for Notts County.